Toronto FC is expanding its presence outside Toronto. Toronto FC 2 is expected to move to Barrie, and a new downtown stadium could completely change professional soccer in the city. The move is planned for 2028. The first phase calls for a 3,500-seat stadium that could grow to approximately 8,500. But this is also about player development, regional growth, and whether Barrie can turn a reserve team into a genuine professional sports destination. So, what exactly is Toronto FC 2? Why Barrie? What has been confirmed about the stadium? And what still needs to be answered before the first match is played? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to TFC on the Road. Today, we are breaking down one of the biggest soccer announcements ever connected to Barrie: Toronto FC 2's planned move north in 2028, the proposed downtown stadium, and what it could mean for supporters across Simcoe County. Toronto FC 2 is Toronto FC's professional development team. It was created in 2014 and currently competes in MLS NEXT Pro, a league designed to help young players move from academy soccer into the professional game. The team bridges the Toronto FC Academy and the MLS First Team. Its roster can include TFC 2 professionals, academy prospects earning their first senior minutes, and first-team players building match fitness. Its real purpose is development, teaching young players to handle professional speed, physical pressure, travel, tactical responsibility, and the expectation of playing for points. At the moment, TFC 2 plays at York Lions Stadium. The move to Barrie would give the team something development sides often struggle to build: a defined home market and a matchday environment that belongs to the club, rather than feeling like an extension of a training complex. The announcement brings together Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, Toronto FC 2, MLS NEXT Pro, the City of Barrie, and Barrie Stadium Group. The stated goal is to strengthen the Toronto FC pathway while bringing professional soccer to a growing city outside the traditional Toronto market. For Toronto FC, Barrie offers distance without disconnection, far enough to create its own fan base, but close enough to remain linked to the development network. Young players could stay inside the TFC system while playing in front of a community with a reason to care about the result. There is also an identity argument. A purpose-built stadium and a Barrie-based presence could make the matches feel less like development fixtures and more like a real, local sporting event. The key word is could. The move will only work if the organization treats Barrie as a home, not simply as available land outside Toronto. The initial plan is for a 3,500-seat stadium in downtown Barrie, designed so it can expand to approximately 8,500 seats if demand grows. Reported features include a fully covered grandstand, suites, premium lounges, field-side seating, and a rooftop terrace overlooking Kempenfelt Bay. The venue could also host other sports, concerts, festivals, and community events. A 3,500-seat starting point is large enough to create atmosphere without forcing the club to fill an oversized building. The first objective is simple: prove consistent demand and expand only when attendance justifies it. Several details remain unclear. The exact site has not been publicly finalized in the available information. The full financing, construction schedule, operating agreement, playing surface, and final design still need to be presented. Those details will determine whether the project becomes a practical year-round venue or simply an attractive concept. The clearest benefit is access to professional soccer. Families in Barrie, Innisfil, Orillia, Bradford, Midland, and other parts of Simcoe County would no longer need to travel into Toronto to watch players inside the Toronto FC system. For young local players, the value is seeing the pathway up close. Academy prospects, draft picks, and future MLS players would compete in the region regularly. That can strengthen local clubs, coaches, schools, and community programs if partnerships are built intentionally. Downtown restaurants, patios, and hotels could benefit from matchday traffic. A multi-use stadium could also add activity beyond the soccer calendar and connect the waterfront with a recurring entertainment schedule. There is also a larger regional effect. Barrie would gain a stronger position on the professional soccer map, while Toronto FC would extend its visibility into one of Ontario's fastest-growing corridors. This is where the project will face its most practical questions. A downtown stadium creates walkability and atmosphere, but also pressure on parking, waterfront traffic, and nearby neighborhoods. The final site needs a clear plan for municipal lots, accessible parking, ride-share zones, cycling, walking, and traffic control. Allendale Waterfront to Go Station and Barrie Transit could become important parts of that plan, depending on the final location. But service schedules must match evening and weekend games. A stadium cannot advertise regional transit access if supporters are unable to get home after the final whistle. A 3,500-seat venue is achievable, but it will not fill itself because of the Toronto FC name. The club will need affordable tickets, family packages, supporter culture, local sponsorships, youth club partnerships, and a smart schedule. If expansion to 8,500 seats becomes realistic, the parking and transit challenge will grow with it. That is why transportation planning should be built for the future capacity from the beginning, even if the first phase opens smaller. As a TFC supporter, I think this is a very strong idea, but only if the club builds a real connection with the city. A compact ground near downtown and the waterfront could create an atmosphere many reserve teams do not have, while making TFC2 easier to follow for supporters north of the GTA. But Toronto FC cannot simply move its second team and expect the community to appear. Barrie needs its own matchday identities, local traditions, and access to players and coaches. The team should work with local soccer organizations and make families feel that it represents the region while remaining part of the TFC pathway. The biggest concern is transportation and parking. A beautiful downtown stadium can become frustrating very quickly if access is poorly planned. That part of the project deserves as much attention as the seats, suites, and waterfront views. Overall, the potential is significant. Well, the scale is sensible, the market is growing, and the connection to Toronto FC gives the project credibility. Now the focus has to move from announcement to execution. Here is what we know. Toronto FC2 is planned to move to Barrie in 2028. The project includes an initial 3,500-seat downtown stadium that could expand to approximately 8,500, with covered seating, premium areas, field-side options, a rooftop terrace, and uses beyond soccer. What we still need to know is just as important: the exact site, complete financing, construction milestones, parking strategy, transit plan, ticket model, and how the team will build a true Barrie identity. This could become one of Central Ontario's most important soccer projects. Success will be measured by whether young players develop, supporters return, and Barrie sees the club as part of the city. Thanks for following along with TFC on the Road. Make sure to stay connected for more Toronto FC news, analysis, and away day coverage, and keep cheering on the Reds.